How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all feeling good today. If you're not, go ahead and type in this code in my description to get your Festive Charizard. That'll make you guys feel a lot better. Y'all, I'm checking out this Festive Charizard here. I don't see anything too different than my normals are. I mean, it comes in a Pokeball, and when you send it out, it'll say Festive Zard, but other than that, yeah. Alright, so right into the game. I see a Steelix here, a Tinkaton, so I'm like traditional rain team. You guys, I'm super excited to show you some of the pivots that I have going in this game. Show you guys why I made some of the decisions that I made using these Pokemon. Now they send out the Weekend and they send out Kanye West. I send out Pelipper and Legion. Now I already know I immediately want to use the Tailwind and try to one-shot this Steelix. So it has the built-in Focus Sash ability where, it gets 30. The Weekend comes in with a Tailwind, and then Kanye West uses a Stealth Rock. So these are two setup Pokemon. My Tailwind comes in, and it's pretty even as far as speed goes now. But my Legion does have the Amulet, and it has the Swift Swim ability. So we use Aqua Jet on the Kanye West. Go ahead and get that boy out of there. Then the Weekend uses Boom Burst. Now it doesn't affect the Legion, but it does wrap Pelipper pretty good. Pelipper uses Hurricane in response and gets him back, and he confuses him. You guys put in the comments, does confusion ever work for you guys? Because I think I confused like 4 Pokemon throughout this video. None of the confusions kicked in, so let me know, did that work for you guys? My opponent withdrew Beyonce and sent out Ice Spice. Now, you guys, I thought that they would do that with the Weekend, which is why I went Wave Crash on that side instead of Wave Crash on the other. I just went with a simple Hurricane on the other, and Ice Spice really eats that. My opponent sends back out Beyonce, and we're gonna Wave Crash that Ice Spice. Go ahead and get rid of that boy. And a little Hurricane or Weather Ball on the Milotic. Probably do the same amount either way. Yeah, we go Wave Crash on the Ice Spice. Get that boy out of there. Console letting me know I only got a few more minutes left to finish this boy. Pelipper uses Weather Ball. Just kinda tickles Beyonce. Doesn't really do much. But I still got 4 Pokemon to work with, so I'm not tripping. Tailwind petered out, we don't care. Now, as we're selecting our moves, let's go Wave Crash on that Beyonce. The opponent ends up forfeiting, so I guess they just didn't want to sit through that. Because, like I said, I know my low tick from being more of a tank, but that's really about it. I don't know if for any like substantial damage or any type of other like moves like Parasong. Like when I see a Gengar, I'm automatically thinking Parasong gimmick, things like that. Alright, my opponent sends out the Avalugg and the Milotic. Like I said, y'all, I'm seeing those Milotics everywhere now. Now we're gonna go Eruption. And the reason for going Eruption is because I'm gonna hit that Milotic with a Solar Beam. And if it doesn't finish it off, I'm expecting Eruption to finish off whatever else gonna be left. You guys are gonna see how that goes right now. The Solar Beam hits, and then Milotic uses the Scald. So when I didn't see Milotic die, I'm super duper disappointed in that. And I assume my opponent was the same way. They use Rock Slide. Rock Slide always kills Charizard, whether it's full HP or not. and it does just enough damage on my Torkoal to make that eruption not wipe that board. So shout out to my opponent for that. Leftovers kicks in, so eruption is gonna hit big again soon enough. I send out the Pidgeot because my Pidgeot knows Heat Wave. So again, depending on what they sent out, we could have wiped that board, but they send out the Basculegion. So now you guys are gonna see that pivot that I was telling you about. We're gonna go Rain Dance with the Pidgeot and Protect with the Torkoal. So those two water Pokemon, I assume, would try to one-shot my fire Pokemon, right? Because that's what I would try to do. So I protected my Torkoal, and the leftovers are going to kick in right after their attacks. And then I got a free Rain Dance off of it. Pidgeot hasn't been hurt, so we're sitting good. Another thing, those are two water Pokemon. So when I send out my Dragonite, I'm sure that the water moves that they do aren't gonna do much damage to my Dragonite. So that's why I'm comfortable going ahead and switching it in like right now. Hurricane hits the Milotic, knocks it out, so that's even better. And the Basculegion went with Psychic Fangs instead of a water move, which honestly did the same amount of damage that I figured it would if it had chosen a water move. So I'm feeling really good about that pivot now, guys. We're gonna go Thunder on the Basculegion, obviously Hurricane on that Whimsicott. I knew that the Whimsicott had a focus band on it, maybe a focus sash, some type of item to keep it from getting one-shotted. It didn't, so like I said, that came in really clutch. It moonblasted my Dragonite, but it didn't do much. Not as much as I thought it would. So Hurricane hits that, we cleaned that up. And now my Thunder's gonna come in, and I knew that the Thunder would also one-shot the Basculegion, but it hung on. The Basculegion uses agility, and that's when I was like, yeah, GG's. Boom, my opponent felt the same way. But it was a great game. So I see this Camerupt, this Incineroar, this Inishti, and I'm thinking Rain Team. Like full Rain Team. So let's go with it. My opponent sends out the Incineroar and the Fair Giraffe. Now, when I've seen people using the Incineroar before, their tactic is usually to send it in, let the Intimidate happen, then use a Fake Out, and then they'll retreat it into something that can probably tank the damage or something like that. And then they'll just keep spamming that entering, Intimidate, and Fake Out move. Obviously, the Fair Giraffe is going to be there for a Trick Room setup. So they use Psychic on the Pelipper, and then Incineroar Throat Chops my Basculegion. Can honestly say I've never had anybody Throat Chop my Basculegion before. So I figured he was gonna retreat the Incineroar, which is why we went double moves on the Incineroar. Like I said earlier, I figured that he would retreat that into something that could take that damage. So I lost my fish, he lost his cat. More or less a fair trade. Now they send out this Slowbro, and this is where I get knowledge checked, because apparently Slowbro, after a little bit of research, Slowbro is a dragon counter. So I did not know that. But this is my first time going against one, and I think I did pretty good for not knowing what I was going against. I go ahead and Mega Evolve the Mega Dragonite. Oh, I'm sorry. I Mega Evolve the regular Dragonite, and I use Protect on the Pelipper. Slowbro uses Ice Beam. Now my Dragonite has the multi-scale ability, so it's usually gonna tank the first attack that it takes. We go Thunder on the Fair Giraffe, and even though that was a critical hit, it didn't do as much damage as I thought that it did, but that's alright. And then I definitely should have put some damage in on that Slowbro. This is actually right here. That might have been the turn that cost me this game because I don't know. I just feel like whenever you have a Pokemon that's damaged that you've been working on, I feel like you should keep working on that Pokemon. Now, it's just my own theory. But I get hit with another Ice Beam, Dragonite goes down, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe should have had a Fire Team pivot. But we send out the Pidgeot, and our rain is now over too, so we can't just, switch and retreat. That's where this Rain Dance move comes in perfect on this Pidgeot because it's my secondary rain setter, so I really don't have to worry about if I run out of Pokemon to switch in and out. So Fair Giraffe uses Protect, and I guess this is another area where I could have attempted to attack that Slowbro. That Ice Beam hits the Pidgeot really good, does considerable amount of damage, but my Pokemon are still pretty much faster. That Slowbro does have the Quick Draw ability, but my Pidgeot has the Quick Claw ability. So pretty sure they cancel each other out and they just go with the regular speed stats at that point. We go Hurricane on the Fair Giraffe, finally knock that boy out of there, but Pidgeot does fall to the shell arm. Pelipper hits the Slowbro with the Hurricane and it confuses it, so now I can see a path to victory. He's about to send out the Camerupt. I need to hit that Camerupt with a Weather Ball and have that Weather Ball knock that Camerupt out. Then I'll need that Confusion to hit the Slowbro and prevent it from attacking my Pelipper. Then I can get in another Hurricane on that Slowbro, which is a sure strike attack, and knock it out for game. So that's the plan right now. Pelipper put the whole team on his back. He's been out since turn 1. Well, the confusion doesn't kick in, and he hits me with a critical hit, so unfortunately we lost that game. Now, again, you guys, I was relying on that confusion, and there were a couple of moves that I definitely should have hit that Slowbro earlier, but I'm not mad at that. I'm seeing this next game, and they've got an Incineroar, Tyranitar, Garchomp, Alakazam. Like, this team is fully stacked. So I go Rain Team with the Fire Team pivot. They go Alakazam, Incineroar. I go Pidgeot with the Pelipper. Intimidate lowers my attack, but most of my Pokemon are special attackers anyway, except for Basculegion. Now we go Protect on a Pelipper, assuming that the Incineroar was going to use the Fake Out, and we go Tailwind with the Pidgeot instead of using it with the Pelipper. Alakazam hits us with the Reflect, and Incineroar hits us with the Throat Chop, but we protected. Wasn't the Fake Out, but still a good thing we protected. So now we can pretty much go unabated. We're going to go Hurricane on this Alakazam just to see how much damage we can do, if it has any berries, items, anything like that. Looks like it's just sitting regular, so we're going to pick on that Alakazam a little bit. That Weather Ball wipes out this Incineroar, which is what I was expecting, and a critical hit, so yeah, Pelipper's mad about last game. Alakazam is confused. It uses Psychic on a Pelipper. Pelipper just shakes it off. He's a man. And he sends out an Aerodactyl. So I'm going to go Weather Ball on this Aerodactyl, and then just picking on this Alakazam a little bit at a time. I'm going to go Hurricane on it. Console letting me know I only got a few more minutes left. Still. Weather Ball cleans up the Aerodactyl. Now, when he didn't Mega Evolve the Aerodactyl, I was like, okay, here comes that Tyranitar. Snapped out of the confusion. Again, y'all, confusion has never hit for this game. Another thing, if he would have hit that Pelipper, he would have knocked out the Pelipper, and I would have been down to 3 Pokemon, which is why I say you kind of want to just keep working on a Pokemon that you've been working on. And again, that's just my opinion. Sometimes it will lose you the game, as you see, but they send out the Tyranitar, and the Sandstream ability kicks in, so he changes the weather. I don't have to retreat my Pelipper. My Pidgeot's faster than every Pokemon on the board right now, even if it didn't have the Tailwind behind it. So all I have to do is set the Rain Dance again, and then go with the Weather Ball on the Tyranitar. And that's exactly what happens. It starts to rain. We go Weather Ball on the Tyranitar, hits him in the face. And it's a critical hit. Man, Pelipper is super pissed. And then Alakazam goes double team. That's when I knew it was GG's. You guys, I just uploaded another video where I'm opening some packs, some Pokemon prize packs actually. So you guys head on over there, check that out. Make sure you get your Festive Charizard by typing in that code. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys for watching. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.